Hi, I'm Ben Gibson and this is my England Dream Team. So I'm going to go with a 4-4-2 diamond formation. That's basically to fit all the midfielders that I want in. There's some real legends in there, as you'll see. So we'll begin with the goalkeeper. I'm going to go for David Seaman. I think he was a really strong character and someone who the defence could trust behind them. And growing up, he played a lot of games. I think it was 75 caps he got for England. So he was something the defence could rely on behind him. And I just thought he was an outstanding member to put in, really. The obvious one, Ashley Cole at left back, especially through my time growing up. He was a standout individual, a stalwart as such, got over 100 caps for his country. No one ever managed to make a mug out of him, and I can't really remember that many people getting the better of him, so he's got to be my left back. Centre half's a tough one. Obviously we've got my manager, the Under-21 manager, Gareth Southgate, so I feel a bit obliged to mention him. No, but in all fairness, I think I've got to go with number 1, John Terry. He was someone who I've looked up to growing up as a young lad. He's someone I want to be like in terms of a player. He's strong, he's physical, he just sets an example for other players to look up to. And the other centre half I'm going to go with, who's just edged out the gaffer, will be Campbell. I just thought whenever he wore the England shirt, he was fantastic. And I remember at that time there was a lot of good English centre halves. You know, you had Rio Ferdinand, obviously the gaffer I've mentioned, Jonathan Woodgate, and I just remember thinking every time I watched Sol Campbell play that he was outstanding for his country. At right back, I'm going to go with Gary Neville. He's someone who used to give his all every week, a real sort of determined player, another leader who'd set an example and wouldn't accept second best from himself or anybody. And that's the type of player I like and look up to, and again I think he's a really good role model for all the young players. The base of my diamond in the middle, I'm going to go with Gerrard. He speaks for himself as a player for his club and country. And I just thought he's been amazing every time he's wore the England shirt. His range of passing, his leadership, his ability technically, but his willingness to mix it at the same time. He's another player I really look up to. And next, on the right of the two, in the middle of the park, I've got Beckham. For the whole of the country, he's a national hero. His goal against Greece in the last minute sticks in my mind as a moment that I'll remember forever as a kid. Sat with my family at home watching it, and he puts it in the top corner in the last minute to get us through to the World Cup. He was incredible, so David Beckham's got to be in there. Alongside Beckham in midfield, I go with Paul Scholes. If you look at Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, they all quote in saying that Scholes is the one player they wish they'd played with and the one player that they admire and look up to. Technically, he was unbelievable, and he was just someone I loved watching. At the top of my diamond, I've got to go with Frank Lampard. Obviously, he was a top all-round player, but his goals stood out. People must think, God, he's lucky that it always seems to fall to him, but that isn't luck, that's an ability to get into the box at the right time, be in the right place, and then having the composure to put it in the back of the net, and his goal scoring record for midfield speaks for itself. My two up front, one who I think is an obvious choice, the current England captain Wayne Rooney. His goal record again stands for itself. I think by the time he's retired, he will have scored the most goals for our country that anyone will have scored, and that's no mean feat. He's again technically fantastic, and he's hungry and wants to do well, and he's proud to play for his country. And finally, this one I was stuck, to be honest, between Alan Shearer, I remember watching for England. Such a strong character again, and fantastic at what he'd done. But I'm going to go with Michael Owen. Just a potent finisher, a real goal poacher. Knew when to time his runs, was constantly on the back shoulder of defenders, and he must have been a nightmare to play against. So that was my England Dream Team. Thanks for watching.